Started now. Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, we are 84 participants on the line. Just 85 now. We are just 15 short of our target for 100. I'm sure people are going to be trickling in as we go along here. But our speaker, our trainer for today is none other than Mr. Money Michael Huggins. Now, if you're new to the call, you don't know Michael's backstory before getting started with Renatus. Man, this is somebody who has absolutely proved that you does not matter where you start, you can go where you want to go if you put in the work. Before getting started with Renatus, Michael was actually working 2 low-wage jobs, one at Jiffy Lube and the other at Sears Auto Center. He'd come home every day absolutely exhausted, covered in tire dust and grime, and he just did not feel like he was living the life that he set out to live. Now, around this time, he started looking for other income generation opportunities and started looking into real estate. And, just like many of us did, he was lucky enough to find Renatus. And he actually took the business very, very seriously. In fact, he made a commitment. He set a standard to himself that he would not shave his beard until he did his first profitable real estate deal. And he stuck through with that. He did not shave his beard for a very long time. And I saw a picture of it. It did not look very pretty. But he did do his first profitable real estate deal. And since then, Michael has had incredible successes growing his marketing team around the nation. He is now the #1 income earner at Renatus. He is a 7-figure income earner. He's a PAC member, and he is a brilliant individual. So without further delay, I'd like to bring on the line none other than Mr. Money Michael Huggins. Good morning, Michael. How's your day going today?
So far, so great. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for the intro. Let's get this thing started. It's Money Monday. All right. Okay, so for those of you who were on there last week, we talked about effective communication and making sure that expectations are set, properly managed, so that you go out there and not run into a bunch of resistance when it's time to run your business and make some money. So if you missed last Monday's training, go watch it. Catch it on the YouTube channel. Go watch it and make sure your teammates watch it, your spouse watches it, and then just keep it in as a favorite. So when other people come up to you and say, "Hey, how do you blanky blank?" you could just send them to the videos. That's what they're there for. So let's actually go there together so I can show you. What you'll do is share, continue, call, share. We'll go to YouTube and we type in Renatus Reviews. Then go to any one of these that have Renatus as the channel. And come to, oh wait, no, not Renatus Reviews, silly me. We're looking up Elevate Renatus. There we go. Elevate Renatus. There we go. Click on the channel, come to the videos, and this one right here. Whoops, not that one. No, the Settlers. This one right here. There we go.
So the picture will be out on the whole internet for everybody to see.
Cool. There it is. It's that easy. All right here. Get caught up. Stay plugged in. Okay, cool. Now that we're at 100 people, let's play the game. Let's get into this. All right, I'm going to switch over to my iPad because I have some drawings for you. And then last week, a few people brought up the questions about how do we work with our IMA's warm market? What do we do to make sure that we're leveraging this plan and not just watching it go by. Okay, let me switch this here. By the way, our Super Saturday in Denver was awesome. So if you were a part of that, thank you very much. If you attended, or if you came to any of the house tours that we worked on over the weekend, that was a ton of fun also. Let's get more organized. Let's bring more butts and seats. We'll all make more money. Okay, switch this over. Working with our IMAs, warm up the market. So Kevin, tell me more about this topic, your question. What do you specifically want me to talk about? What are you looking for? And I'm happy to jump into it. Warm market means half the work is already done.
Can you hear me, Money Michael?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. So the topic I brought up in working the team's warm market is about instilling the confidence in them to bring their warm market to you, and going through that script of having that conversation with the warm market to just get them to an event and put them through the system.
All right, cool. Cool. Can definitely help with that. Okay, IMA warm market list. Okay. So you're saying, how do I get my teammates to want to bring their warm market? That's cool. I like that question. All right, got to stay hydrated. Okay, how to get our IMAs to want to bring their warm market. Good. And then Eloy has a question about warm market too. So if I don't answer it, then by all means, jump out here. Okay. So first off, you got to remember the principle to attract attractive people. Remember, attractive people to us are paying customers with the right attitude. To attract attractive people, you must be attractive. Now, what is attractive to our customers? Specifically, our customers. Well, one of the first things that's attractive is a safe place to work. Right? A safe working environment where they know they can build a business and make money and not have to worry about anything. So a safe environment. Then the next thing people are looking for is profitability. And then fun and community. Right now, everyone's going to change their priorities of these things based off of whatever their drive is. Right? If everyone's a relator, they're going to want a community. But if everyone is a director, they're going to want proof or a profit. So, but they're looking for specific things. They're looking for a system. And they're all related, right? They're all related into one thing. It's called buyer combo. Safe environment, profitability, there's fun, there's a community, and there's a system. Okay, so that's one. Idea number one, make sure that your environment is attractive to these people. Okay, number two is going to be, well, make sure that you are attractive. But the next thing is going to be I would say every one of us needs to work harder on having a flexible personality. A flexible personality, right? Maybe you don't realize this, but you could have made up a rule in your head a long time ago that says, oh, I don't get along with people like that, right? I don't get along with people like that. Well, cut that crap out. You can get along with anybody you want to if you have a flexible personality, right? Some of you are, you're gonna have to try on this new idea here, but some of you are like, no, I'm an introvert, and that person is an extrovert. I am not like that, so I can't cuz. We need to stop that. That's silliness. It's all silliness. This just means you're a person, right, with a personality. Really, if you're committed to your goals, it doesn't matter if you need to be introverted to a group of people, be introverted. If you need to be extroverted, be extroverted. It doesn't matter. You can be them, but being able to be flexible is an attractive quality. Being flexible is attractive, right? So part of my personality in being flexible is, as our Hispanic community keeps growing, I'm getting better at Spanish. I'm learning more things. So before, someone would be like, oh, I don't get along with people like that. Or I don't speak Spanish, right? I don't this, I'm this little box. So boring. So I dropped it, flexible personality. I get up early with the people who get up early, and I stay up late with the people who stay up late. And I eat this, and I read that, and I do this, and it just, whatever. Be flexible with your personality so that more people can connect with you. Flexible personality. This is really going to help. This word persona is what this personality came from. Well, persona is a Greek word, but basically it means a character. So back in the day, pre-internet days, pre-TV days, I'm talking thousands of years ago, when we wanted entertainment, entertainment was plays. We would go watch a play, and there'd be a bunch of people. We'd have the actors, but one actor could play 5 roles or 5 personalities, personas. And what they would do to switch personas is they would have 5 masks, or however many masks they're playing as that persona. And they would put that mask on and be that person for that line or that scene. Then they would switch masks and be someone else for a different line or a different scene. So the point is, you think you have a personality, right? You think you do, but really it's just a fancy mask. And if you are flexible with it, if you can take it off and put it on and be different personalities for different people, then you're going to have everyone want to be your friend, and making money will never be a problem. It's this inflexible personality where you're like, I'm like this and this is that, and if people don't like it, they can go to hell. Okay, well, you're going to go to the poorhouse with that kind of attitude. So don't be so attached to your personality, right? Like, I like spicy food, or I like warm weather, or I like these kind of people, or this or that. It's all made up. You made it all up. It's just your persona. So make up one that can get along with more people. What I mean by that is be flexible with your personality. Introvert, extrovert, that's not real. We can talk about that later. We're going to get into warm market for IMA stuff, but this is a key. Okay, when I have warm market people, let's say here in Denver especially, right? And I got someone who's like just different, right? I like to shoot guns and drive fast cars and have a V8, you know? Now I get introduced to my IMA's warm market, and all of them ride the bus or a bike or drive a Prius. None of them have a gun, you know? So like, I can't just say, oh, I'm not like you, so if you change like me, then we could get along. That costs too much. That costs millions of dollars a year to be like that. I'm not going to be like that. I'd rather have the money. So whatever it is, if I move to a different city, I gotta be flexible, right? If I move to Texas, I gotta get a hat, right? If I move to Seattle, I gotta wear Nikes, whatever, you know, be flexible. So that's the first key. When you're looking at that IMA and they're bringing you a list of leads that are their people, be flexible with your personality so they can connect with you more. Okay, now,
Mr. Cunningham.
Mr. Cunningham.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, man. Oh, I've logged in under Vanessa. How silly. There we go. Okay, next. The next idea. Okay. Okay, the next thing is, in working with our IMAs, point number 3 is going to be make whatever we're teaching them duplicatable, if that's a word. Someone look it up. Is it duplicable? Duplicatable? Duplicable? Duplicatable. Anyway, able to be duplicated. So what I mean is simple. This is not complex. This is not extravagant. This is not costly. It takes a few minutes and it's free. Okay, so simple, duplicatable. Okay, now let me pull up a script. I have a script for you. So 1 second here. Pulling up script. Because then once we have this script and we can just say it with our eyes closed, you're going to make more money. That's it. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. One of these scripts right here. Okay. Thank you for your patience, everyone, while I pull this up. Okay, maybe it's in here. I thought it was on my iPad, but maybe it's just on my phone. The good news is I can just plug my phone in and show you. Script. Not quite. Silly. Okay, well, we're just gonna write it out then because I'm not fighting it. Okay, so the first key with our contacting of our market is our IMA's warm market is making sure that we take all the blame for any awkwardness. Okay, It was all of our idea. Whatever awkwardness gets created, take the blame. Totally my idea. Gosh, this is a really nice script. Let me look in one more spot and then we'll just write it out. Hold on 1 second here. Could be right here. Oh, here it is. Cool. All right, I found it. Woo! Okay, here we go. Moving it to my iPad. Okay, bang, boom. Okay, there we go. Now I should be able to pull this up. You should see it. Okay, copy, notes, new, paste. It's working, guys. Paste. There we go. Okay, off. Off. Good boy. Okay, here we go. Okay, you should be able to see this. So, here we go. Remember the 4 core beliefs. Renatus is the best. I'm going to modify this just a little bit. We are now changing this to say, instead of income opportunity, we are saying earnings possibility. Earnings possibility in the country. Everybody needs Renatus. I'm doing you a favor, and it's your loss if you say no. Your game when you say yes. Make a list of 200, top 25. Make 3-way calls. Here are the 3 C's of contacting. The 3 C's are compliment, create curiosity, and get a commitment. Okay, now when we make the phone call, let's say I'm working with Kevin. Okay, and Kevin says, hey man, I got these 25 people. Will you help me make phone calls? I'm happy. Let's do this, Kevin. So Kevin's going to call his first friend named Chuck. So he says, hey, Chuck, did I catch you at a good time? Here's the reason why I'm calling. I've been hanging out with someone for a while who's crushing it in real estate. Right now I'm talking to him or her, and he's talking about how he's expanding. He asked me, 1, who do you know that has a great head on their shoulders? Man, where are all these typos coming from? Who has a great head on their shoulders? Who has a great work ethic and a great attitude? I thought of you. I hope you don't mind, but I've got Michael on speakerphone / the other line, depending on if we're together or not. I'd love to introduce you. Michael, this is Chuck. Chuck, this is Michael. Okay, now look at this first thing. This first sentence, number 1 that I put here. Thank you. There are a few places where I don't have a space, where the word is just right next to the word. You know why? Because I don't want you to take a breath. This is a spot normally in your sentence where you would want to take a breath, but I've taken the space out to indicate no breath. You keep talking, push through, no breath. So he asked me, 1, who do you know that has a great head on their shoulders, a great work ethic, and a great attitude? I thought of you. I hope you don't mind, but I got Michael on speakerphone with us, and I'd love to introduce you. Michael, this is Chuck. Chuck, this is Michael. No breath. No breath. If you take a breath, they will insert the, I'm kind of busy. I'm kind of busy. You don't want that. They're not busy. They're just saying that crap. So Instead, if you just push through that sentence and you say, oh, I hope you don't mind. Of course they don't mind. They're your friend. You're putting your friend on the line with their friend. Of course you're not going to mind. But you just have to say it this way. Hey, do you mind? I hope you don't mind, but here's Michael. Michael, this is, and then you say, great. Thank you. So that's it. Okay? No breath. Here's the reason why I'm calling. I've been hanging out with someone for a while who's crushing it in real estate. Right now I'm talking to him and he's talking about how he's expanding. Well, aren't we always talking about how we're expanding? So everything here is true. Nothing's made up, nothing's facetious, nothing's a bait and switch, nothing's a disguise. Everything is upfront, honest, exactly what we're doing. We've been talking about expanding, and he asked me, so I'm going to ask all of you on the line here. I'm asking all of you, who do you know that has a great head on their shoulders, a great work ethic, and a great attitude? So then when you call your friend and you say, hey, they were asking me, who do I know? And I thought of you. So everything is congruent and honest. It's simple. This is we're really only a few seconds into this phone call. Okay, let's keep moving along. Okay, now notice in parentheses here, shut up, no interruption. What that means is as soon as Kevin has handed over the phone call to me, he doesn't say anything else. That's it. No, nothing else. This is all the IMA has to say. It's pretty awesome. That's it. That's it. The new IMA says this. Put you on the phone. And the 5-star says, hey, I realize we may have caught you off guard. It was spur of the moment. Your friend was saying some great things about you. It was me that asked him to call. So again, we're saying all this with no breath, just going right through it. Hey, I realize we may have caught you off guard. It was a spur of the moment thing. Your friend was saying some great things about you, and it was me that asked to call. Okay, so I know that there's no space in here. You just plow right through it. Just say it. Right, so protect the relationship. Calling was my idea. Now, because I don't know where you're at in life and in business, you may be making more money than you could spend and being really happy. I'll just briefly describe what we do. Now, why would I say that? This because line. When you start out with a line with because, it's a bold thing to do. Because I don't really know where you're at in life, and you may be making more money than you can spend and being really happy, I'll just briefly describe what we do. Saying it this way helps the person understand you're not calling them because you think they're broke. You're calling them because you think they're being prosperous. Now, whenever you are assuming one thing, psychologically, you're making an assumption, and psychologically, the other person just wants to be the opposite. It's so dumb, but that's what they're doing. So if you assume that they're doing great, they're paying all their bills, and they're ahead of schedule with retirement, then they'll come and say, oh, no, I'm behind and it sucks. But if you come up and then you say, hey, I bet you're behind and it sucks, they're going to say, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. And they're just going to say the opposite. So assume the positive and they'll share the negative. But if you assume the negative, they'll only share the positive. And now you don't know, you can't be their problem solver because they're only sharing their positive side. But you want to be known as the problem solver, they got to be able to say, I have a problem. So you assume, oh, you don't have a problem. Everything's just fine for you, right? And then they go, well, actually, okay. So next line. So because I really don't know where you're at in life and in business, and you may be making more money than you can spend and be really happy, I'll just briefly describe what we do. So also, when we say I'll briefly, that's setting their mind up to say, hey, just put up with this for just another minute. And then describe what we do means you don't have to talk, just listen, right? Instead of saying, hey, I'll just briefly ask you a few questions, and they're going to go, what do you want? But if we just say, hey, man, I'm just going to briefly describe what we do, then they go, all right, cool, I'll listen to that. Okay, and then our highlights. I'm a real estate investor. We're crushing it on the residential side, the commercial side, wholesaling, rentals. Now what I get to put in here, land. We have a great business. Look how briefly I described our business, what we do. I'm a real estate investor. We're crushing it in real estate on residential side, commercial, wholesaling, rentals, land. We've got a great business. Have you ever thought of investing in real estate? Build for an event and tell about this event, whatever it is. Now they're going to say yes or no, and that's it. They say yes or no, you still guide them to the next thing. If your meetings are on Thursdays, then you say, well, great, you've never thought about it. Well, we have an introduction thing on Thursday. I think this would be great for you to just come and see what me and your friend are working on. Take some good notes, make a friend, and see if it's right for you. But like I said, I don't know where you're at in life. Maybe you're making plenty of money and everything's working great for you. You don't have a tax bill and you got plenty of time to go on vacation. If that's the case, and I'm sorry to bother you. Then they're going to go, no, tell me again about this velocity banking thing or whatever it is. So, pretty easy, huh? Pretty easy. I can get it all in one screenshot. I can draw it. There we go. Boom. Okay, bring it up in notes, insert photo. Go. Ping. Done. There we go. Would you look at that? Looks like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Okay, so let's go over a few keys in this script, some key points, and then we'll open it up for some questions, and then it looks like some people have been typing, so I need to get caught up on that. Okay, so a few points. This phone call should be 3 to 7 minutes max. That way, with you sit down with an IMA, in a half an hour, you can bang out almost 10 phone calls and say, all right, well, that's it. Let's go home. You're going to say, what? Heck yeah, that's all we do. Let's go home, or let's go get some ramen. There's a new Japanese spot right down the street. Let's go get some ramen. And say, what? That's it? That's it? That's our work. There's no clock in. There's no clock out. That's it. Just make a few phone calls today and go have some fun. And then you go make a few phone calls tomorrow and tell them about the fun you had today. And you make a few phone calls the next day and tell them about the fun you had tomorrow. That's all we do. Keep it simple. 3 to 7 minutes. Remember, you're taking all of the blame. And it's fine because blame isn't real. So if you could take it, you should just, if your office, let's say there's a jerk in your office right now, right? People aren't getting along with them. You should take the blame. Take all the blame for it. Watch the problem go away. So take the blame, right? There's a problem. Oh, you're calling me out of the blue? What the hell? Hey, take the blame. It's all me. Okay, next thing is you need to have what we call frame control. Okay, there's a frame that your prospect, your warm market, whoever, we need to practice frame control all the time. So what I mean by frame control is when you're having a conversation with someone, the word you're using paint a certain picture that they can see. And you start to just develop this frame for them to be able to see. And you can also get a lot more what you want out of life if you help people, if you understand your frame control. So I'll give you a quick example. If you go to a fancy restaurant, the waiter or waitress wants to run frame control on you because they want to take you through this experience and speak in this funny accent and sell you a bottle of wine and sell you dessert. And he's trying to control the frame, right? And so he's got this script and he tries to run it. That's fine. Everyone's trying to do frame control. If you do it on purpose, it can be effective. If it happens by accident, good luck. If you want to learn more about frame control, look up the book, Pitch Anything, about how to set up the right frame so that your message is clear. So we're setting up the frame. The frame for us is, hey, it's going to be quick. We already know it's out of the blue. Here's a couple compliments, and we thought of you. So that's what we're working on. We're working on that frame control. And the frame is also you're going to have a conversation with this guy real quick. Okay, the frame control of it's going to happen right now instead of trying to take a breath and let them insert something. Okay, always compliment and make sure that they are genuine compliments. If you got a great work ethic, got a great head on your shoulders, you got a great attitude, I thought of you. What else? Oh yeah, and then keep in mind what events you're building for. Have multiple events in mind. Because you want to be able to leave the phone call with an appointment. Get your appointment. Get the appointment set. Now, maybe they don't want to or won't come to a meeting or a workshop, but if they're your friend's Warm Market, go to their house. Have them come to your house. Go to your friend's Warm Market's house. Go to lunch. Go to coffee. What I'm starting to do is meet IMAs at the dog park, and let's just walk and talk, right? Walking, getting your blood flow, extra oxygen, serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine. We're getting it all, man. Come on. All we got to do is walk with a dog. Now, everyone's in a great mood. Whatever it is, get that appointment set, right? So think about that. I'm talking to that IMA's Warm Market, and I hear a dog barking in the background. I'm like, yeah, man, that's great. I got a dog too. I come to this meeting, and I go, oh, sorry, I can't. It's, I get off work, and then I got to run home. I got to let the dog out. Oh, okay, I get it. Why don't we do this then? Why don't we just meet at the dog park tomorrow morning? You need to walk your dog. I need to walk my dog. Let's talk about this. We are friends with Chuck on the line here. So why don't we just do it together? See what I mean? Having fun with it. And then you can change your highlights if you want, depending on what you're doing. But it's simple. You could say, hey, I'm a real estate investor. We're helping people pay down their mortgage debt quickly, save a bunch of money in taxes, reclaim their time freedom so they can spend more time with their family. We've got a great business. Have you ever thought about investing in real estate before? Pretty easy, huh? Let's see. I'm going to copy paste this into the chat box. 1 second here. Just want to make sure everybody's got it. Bing. Oh, there it is. Cool. Okay, now Eli typed in a question, so I'm going to go see what that's about as I'm posting this in here. Okay, Eloy. Oh, there's this question. Okay. Participant. Cool. See, this is easy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. Work hard at it, right? Have a flexible personality, because if you're talking to a bunch of cowboys and you don't sound like a cowboy, they don't want to connect with you. Or if you're talking to a bunch of, fast talking city slickers, you got to be a fast talking city slicker. It's not that hard. Have a flexible personality. I'm telling you, that's going to be such a big difference for all of you. Oh, well, let me type in the whole thing. And it was my idea. Okay, sorry, I got to put it in two pastes. Copy. See. There we go. Okay. All the words are in. Okay. All right. Next. Okay, awesome, quick, simple. There you go. Okay, what did Eloy say? All right. I have a question about warm market. He put in an order for extreme combo, looking for funding. He can't get approved for a ham sandwich, and we've exhausted most resources. He has $5K in savings that can get him his start in the UGA and unlocked education while we look for more funds. He once said he'd do whatever it takes to make this happen, but is worried and doesn't want to use his emergency savings. Well, therein lies the contradiction. How do I point this out in a productive way? Well, a couple ideas. Some people don't know what worst case scenario feels like. So there's some people, and you can find them on YouTube, different trainings where they go over negative goal setting as a weird kind of training. You talk about what the worst case scenario would be so that you can make better plans and you really go through it. So what would the worst case scenario be here, right? You would use your emergency savings to pay for to fix the financial emergency that you're in, right? If you can get approved for a ham sandwich, you're in a financial emergency. If you can afford a $50 business builder, you're in a financial emergency, right? If you can't afford $100 a month for your UGA essentials, you're in a financial emergency. So you have emergency savings. Holy shit, let's fix this. That would be one idea. The other idea would just be get the damn order in, Eloy, and say, all right, you got $5K in your savings. Let's put 4,000 of it down on a UGA advanced, right? Then he has this little payment. Then he can get over this little payment. Like, all right, what would the math be on that? Put $4,000 down on a UGA advance. You got 36 months to pay $4,000, so you're looking at another $120 a month. So you say, all right, you're going to use 4 of your 5,000. Boom. Now it's going to be $120 a month. So you have another $1,000 left to make payments. You got like 8 months of payments here. So that's going to put you to nationals of next year. Now, for the rest of the time we're working, I don't want to hear you say a goddamn thing about your payment. We've already figured it out. We're here to make money, not spend money, but you got to get your training. So we'll figure out the rest of your stuff a year from now, but now you're in. You get the bucket chop, you get the 2 for, buy one, sell 2 on essentials, you get all those advantages. And if you're worried about a $600 payment, great, $100 a month. You're my friend. Let's just get in. Let's get to work and stop worrying about the payment. Try that out, Eloy. That might work too. Let's see, any other ideas? Okay, if more ideas come to me, I'll let you know. Okay, Hira says, bless you, thank you. That's awesome, quick and simple. Flexible personality, boom. Okay, handle it, right on. Being flexible with your appointments too. Like I said, going to different places, different restaurants, different parks. If you don't have a dog, that's fine. Just there are walking trails everywhere, little parks, just nice paths to walk on. I'm telling you, this is what wealthy people used to do. They would just go on a walk before cars and the internet. They would just go on walks in nice places. So get with it. Nice. Hey, I like your attitude. You got a great work ethic and a nice attitude. Have you ever thought about investing in real estate? Here's my card. You can do it all day. Jeremy asked, how much do I use the AMP videos in my scenarios? Well, it depends. Like I said, if they're flexible personalities is the major key. I'm telling you. So just last week, I'm talking to a guy in my Toastmasters group. Badass dude, public speaker, paid professional public speaker. He's got an incredible story, has the time, because he doesn't have a job, I'm like, dude, he's got the perfect time. So I'm like, hey man, I got this cash recovery party I'm gonna do, got this other thing in the evening, why don't you come with me? And he says, dude, I love what you're talking about. I love your energy. What you're saying is great. I want to do what you're doing. And I will never give up an evening. All of my evenings are already planned with my family. And he says it in a really nice, respectful way. It's not like, I'm better than that. He's not saying it. He's just saying, hey man, if that's the case and it's only in evenings, then we'll probably never work together. And I just looked at him and said, dude, that doesn't matter. Good for you. How about let's just do lunch instead? And oh, perfect. What day do you want to do lunch? Right? Because to some people, evenings will never work. So you got to be flexible. So those people that can never come to meetings, we adjust our schedules. Now, if you still have a weird schedule and you're not able to meet them exactly when you want to, then Jeremy, that's when I would use my AMP videos. Because once they see who the CEO is and how we're running, it's super low pressure, and we're just being ourselves, then when we call them back, we actually don't need to meet anymore because they watch those AMP videos. So it's definitely an alternative. First is come to Thursday or, the 4 Pillars meeting. Then next is, well, when are you available? I'll come to you. And we're doing this because these are our IMA's warm market. These are not cold market strangers. We're going to meet our friends' friends. And if those schedules don't line up, then I say, well, okay, then we'll just go to our website. Go to my website or go to our website. And then book your next phone appointment from that. Okay, Chuck just asked, do you ever say to folks at some point, you have to do the work, though, in order to be successful if they're all about a scarcity mindset? Oh, yeah, all the time, Chuck. But it's that reframe. We were talking about frame control. Just change the frame of what work sounds like. Work is more of working on yourself instead of clocking in, clocking out. When we phrase it, because it's still the same word, right? English is so weird. We say work. People think work means go do the thing you hate. Right? So we got to make sure when we're saying the word work that we're qualifying it. Work on yourself. Your scarcity mindset is what's screwing you over. So here's a Les Brown video on YouTube, or here's a Woody Woodward Matrix video, or something about that. But yeah, reframing the work, Chuck. That's what I've seen be very helpful. It's like, look, man, we don't work hard. It's not work hard and grow rich. The book is called Think and Grow Rich. So the work is the thinking. So if you don't know how to do that, well, what are you doing tomorrow? Let's meet up, or watch this video. Go to my website. Come to this workshop, this house tour. Yeah. Hopefully that helps, Chuck. Sandra says, does anyone know where there's a cash recovery party in Utah? How I can learn to be able to host one? Well, Sandra, I don't know where there's one in Utah right away, but I'm having one this Friday. And what I think I'll do is I'll record it. A lot of people have been asking what the heck we're doing and how we're doing it. I think it's time to finally record one. So, yeah, here in Denver, when someone gets the Team Player Award for working their butts off above and beyond, making sure that they're not only being productive themselves, but they're helping the team to be productive, then I throw a cash recovery party in their honor at my penthouse. So we'll cater food. We have some live entertainment. We rent a bunch of stuff. We got like a bartender guy. We got a security bouncer dude. It's a full-on party. It's freaking awesome. It ends up costing like $1,000, sometimes $1,500. But then these team players, these IMAs that are going above and beyond, sometimes at a meeting, they're early. They're doing check-in, registration, setup, tear down, and they have a guest. And sometimes their guests are neglected because they're taking care of your guests, or they're taking care of the event itself. So to honor our volunteers that are doing that, we created a separate space where they can bring their warm market and their friends, their colleagues, their old leads, their new leads, wherever. And it's just 3 or 4 IMAs that bring 10 or 20 guests each. And then, we got ourselves a nice 50-person party. And now we can we bring another 5 or 10 IMAs to just help talk to those team player IMAs guests and make them feel comfortable what the heck we're doing, who their friend is becoming, how they can benefit. We go over all of it. That's our way of honoring and saying thank you for helping our team. And so then these volunteers can make 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 grand, depending on what they're doing, how they build for it, how they follow up, that whole thing. But that's what the purpose of the cash recovery party is dual purpose. So we'll get on that. Okay, wonderful. Well, thanks so much for being on the call, everyone. Congrats on being on the call. I know you could have hit the snooze button or checked in on something else or whatever, but you're here, so you deserve whatever it is coming your way. Right? You're putting in the work, so why not? Okay, also Live Education Week. So watch it, stream it, be there. All guests are invited to Thursday. Okay, Thursday's workshop for Live Education Week in Salt Lake is how to create a following with Rob Sperry. Okay, it's not how to make a Facebook ad. No, it's how to create a following. So watch the class, bring your guests if you're in Salt Lake, bring your guests, and let's go make some money. Let's stay in touch, guys. All right, have a wonderful day. I got to get on the pack call. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.